What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Santisha. If you are new here, welcome. As you can see by today's title, today's is going to be like an update video of how I'm liking Edmonton so far. This video was requested by one of my subscribers. I just want to say thank you so much for requesting this video, and I also just want to say thank you so much to everyone who's been leaving comments of like congratulating myself and my husband for our big move. Basically, I just want to touch base and answer everyone's questions that are in the comments. Just in case you guys haven't been going through the comments and all of the videos that I've been posting about moving to Edmonton, I'm just going to answer most of the questions here for you today. So if you're interested, please continue watching and let's get right into the video. Okay, oh, and I also just want to mention before I start this video that if you are afraid to just like leave a comment, or you for some reason you don't get notifications of when I reply to your comments and you just want to like have a conversation with me, you could go ahead and follow me on Instagram right here. Quite a few of you guys have already been messaging me on Instagram and like having conversation with me. Sometimes I don't check my messages because like sometimes they're in like the request, but I'll do my best going forward to check my DMs and to basically have a conversation with you guys. So I'm actually going to start off with the person who commented and asked me to make this video. I'm just going to answer some of their questions first just because they requested the video. So the first question, the famous question, is how are you and your husband liking Edmonton so far? So we're loving Alberta so far. We do live in Edmonton, and so far we have nothing but nice things to say about Edmonton. It's pretty peaceful, very quiet. People are very nice and friendly here. Edmonton is very beautiful. It's nice, clean. We're a lot happier here. It's just so quiet, peaceful, and like the air is so refreshing. It's always sunny here. I love that it's always sunny. Like even on like gloomy days, it's still kind of bright. Like you don't really feel down. And I'm a type of person where like when it's raining outside or like it's gloomy, I just get very down that day. Like I don't really want to talk or be bothered. Like I'm in my own mood. So yeah, so far we're loving Edmonton. I have nothing bad to say about Edmonton. I also have nothing bad to say about Toronto, Ontario. My husband and I were just exploring. I think it's fun when you're just exploring a new place, so it's always going to be fun. Ask me in 5 years. We'll come back to this in 5 years and we'll see if I still feel the same way about Edmonton. I feel like I will. The cold. Everyone's asking, how do you like the cold? I was just one of those people who have this idea in their mind that Alberta is like it's freezing, like the snow. I just thought of snowstorms all the time, and a lot of people in the comments have been saying this has been a mild winter for Alberta. But to be honest, even the days that were like minus 24, minus 30, it wasn't like it was cold, but like I would say, like I said in my last video, if you are taking the bus or waiting for transportation, minus 20, minus 24, minus 30 is freezing. Like you have to bundle up. It's so cold. But for people like my husband and I who are just jumping in a car, running into the store, running to work, like it's not cold. The day we went snowboarding, that day was actually minus 20 or like minus 18. Only our hands got really cold, but we didn't have the proper gloves. So I'm saying like if you have the proper gear, it's not that cold. To me personally, some people hate the cold. If you hate the cold, then I don't know what to tell you. I get it, like for people who are from hot countries who are coming to Alberta, yeah, it's going to be freezing. I don't know if you can handle it. But me, myself, a Canadian who has experienced snow for 31 years and cold weather for 31 years, it's not that cold to me. For me personally, I don't mind that the winters are longer because my husband and I have been getting into snowboarding. So for us, we like, if you love winter and you love winter activities, then the cold doesn't bother you and the winter doesn't bother you at all. We're actually sad that the snow is melting outside currently because that means snowboard season is over for us. Snowstorms, yeah, we haven't experienced any snowstorms since I've been here. We got here December, end of December. It's currently April. And yeah, we haven't experienced any snowstorm. We've had snowfall and it wouldn't even stick to the floor. That's about it. How long was the drive from Toronto to Edmonton? So it took us 4 days, 38 hours. We stopped a lot because of our dog. just because this is the first time in a long car ride. We weren't sure if he needed to pee sometimes, if he wasn't feeling well, if he needed water. So we just stopped just to make sure. After 4 hours, he got used to it. We got used to his pattern. We knew he was just whining because he wasn't used to it. The car was bumpy a little bit because some of the unpaved roads. Other than that, at nighttime it was really dark, and for some reason there were snowstorms, so we didn't want to drive through that. There were no street lights, so you can't really see anything on the road, and that's when wildlife comes out at night. So we just didn't want to, there was a lot of signs that said deer crossing or moose, a lot of moose crossing. Last thing we wanted to do was drive at night and hit a moose. Like, no. I still have all the hotels we stayed at, basically how long it took and how much, actually, yeah, I have how much each hotel was, and if you do have a dog, what fee they charge for dogs. Yeah, I kind of have this all here. So I'll post it right here and here. And you guys can screenshot them and save them if you are traveling from Toronto to Edmonton. Have you dealt with a pressure change? Girl. So when she asked me this question, I didn't experience the pressure change until last weekend, actually, when we went to Banff. It wasn't even when we went to Banff. It was actually the week leading up to when we went to Banff. I started to experience it. People said it's a lot drier in the winter, but for some reason, even now that I'm speaking, I need to fill up my humidifier. For some reason, when it's getting warmer outside, I'm starting to feel the pressure. So the week leading up to Banff, I noticed my nose was really dry, like so dry, like I can kind of feel it in my throat. It was really dry. I thought I was getting sick, but I wasn't. And then I was drinking a lot more water than usual. And then my nose just started running a lot. And I was like, why is this happening? Whatever. Didn't know why it was happening. I totally forgot about like the whole pressure, and maybe it's not even the pressure. I don't know what's going on, but my nose is really dry. So we went to Banff, and on our way to Banff, my husband started noticing he was getting a headache, and then I was like, yeah, like me too. Like once we got closer to Calgary and then like heading to Banff, we had headaches. My nose was getting worse, like it got a lot more dry. And then when we got to Banff, we just started drinking a lot of water, but my nose was running like crazy. I had a headache. Headache kind of went away after we ate, so maybe we were like, oh, maybe it was because we ate. And then once Banff was done and we came home, oh my lord, that's when we felt it. Like my nose was destroyed. My nose started bleeding. Very dry. I had nosebleeds for 3 days after Banff. We had a really bad headache, and we just weren't feeling well. Like it felt like I had a hangover. And then the next morning, I went on Amazon, bought a humidifier, and the only time I feel better is when I put my humidifier on. This one was $45 on Amazon. It's empty right now. This is the Honeywell humidifier. This is what it looks like. You kind of just like put the water in the top here, and then you turn it on, and the steam comes from the top. So this is my humidifier, my best friend right now. Okay, the water. Can we talk about the water? It dries out your skin. Like you could see the calcium like around our kettle when I had my water bottle, like, and I filled it up with like my Brita bottle. You can see the calcium. Like calcium is basically like the white stuff that like builds up on your bottles. It just looks like, you know when salt is on your shoe, that's what it looks like. Personally, me, I can smell it. It smells like bleach. I can smell it, like it smells like bleach. The cold water, not so much the hot water, but the cold water, when you leave the water on cold, it smells like chlorine. I don't know if it's a condo that we live in. I don't know what's going on, but the water is a no-no. So, yeah, I had to buy a filter for a shower, and we had to buy this Primo water because even though I was using the Brita filter, I just did not feel safe drinking the water. So yeah, now we have Primo. We want a different brand. If you know a different brand, let me know. Someone else said finding community and friends. If you are looking, like if you're worried about how you're gonna meet friends, I would say you're most likely gonna meet your friends where you work. Bumble is actually a good place to meet friends. Not the dating one, but like there's a friend one if you want to meet people online who are also looking for friends, you can do Bumbleway if you wanted to. I actually met a few other content creators through TikTok that I message actually on the daily. I talk to them more than I talk to my actual friends that I've known for years. So you might end up finding some good people online who are just looking for friends as well. But if you're afraid to take that approach and you don't want to meet people online, I would definitely say the gym. If you're a social person, you just like, hey, you know, just talk to people, just casually talking to people. I noticed the people here in Edmonton are so friendly. They're willing to like swap numbers, and most of the people here that we've run into are also new to Edmonton and they're looking for friends. So to be honest, I don't think you'll have an issue trying to find friends if you are very friendly, but 100% wherever you work, you're bound to make a friend. Hotel names. Someone was asking for the hotel names. I'm actually gonna drop them right here. So the first one we stayed at, Sault Ste. Marie, was Howard Johnson. The second one was Days Inn, that was in Kenora. The third one was Motel 6 in Saskatoon. And then the fourth one we stayed in for a week. That was the Hyatt Place in Edmonton, West Edmonton. People, diversity, yeah, I already mentioned. People are very friendly, they're very nice. Yeah, I will say I haven't experienced racism like to my face, but like you could kind of tell when certain people are, I don't know how to explain it. Like no one's racist to your face. And I don't think people are like intentionally racist like that we've encountered so far, but you can tell when people are awkward to be around Black people. It's actually funny to see it on their face, or just to see how they like will walk into like, I don't know if I wouldn't even say if it's they're racist or they're just scared because they don't know. Some people are just scared because they don't know how to approach Black people. Maybe they just need to encounter more Black people and then they wouldn't be so awkward when they encounter us. I don't know. But when it comes to like people being racist, nah, I don't experience, we haven't experienced that. I hope we won't experience that. It's very multicultural here. Well, where we live in Edmonton, I don't know about like other areas. Like we have a mix of every race where we live. Yeah, there's no one race, and then when you look at groups of people, like most people are in different, like there's different races in the friend groups. Like I've never really seen just like one clique with one race here. It's kind of, it reminds me of Ontario actually, where we are. It's just very multicultural. You see every race hanging out. Work. So some people are asking me, how did I find work? My husband works for the federal government. His job was offered in a bunch of other provinces, but he chose Alberta. And then they placed him in Edmonton. That offered relocation, so they paid for us to come down here for like our travel and food, like our hotels. They didn't provide money for like rent or mortgage and things like that. You just have to save your own money before you move and have money saved to either get a mortgage, buy a house, or rent. So we already had our money saved for that. So yeah, my husband already had a job. I already had a job. All I had to do was ask for a transfer, which I did, and I got approved for a transfer. How I knew where to ask for a transfer, we had an idea of where we wanted to live. So I asked for a transfer just basically in that area. Plus we already had a few houses that we wanted to look at in that area too. So we knew which area we were going to live in. And then right before we moved here, I was like, I don't really want to leave the house and go to work. Like, I don't want to commute to work. We only have one car. And where my husband works is on the opposite side of Edmonton from where we live. So he needs a car. So I didn't want to like commute to work. So I was like, no, I'm going to work from home. So when we got here, but right before we got here, I applied for a lot of work from home jobs. There were a lot online. I got quite a few interviews. It wasn't that hard for me to get like the process wasn't hard. And they all set up interviews. Most of the interviews were over the phone. And then some were on Microsoft Teams. Some of them were in person, kind of the same as Ontario. But yeah, it wasn't hard finding a job. If you're new to the country and like, or like if you don't really have qualifications and you need like a job that just something quickly for you to like pay your bills in the meantime until you find like your career, or you know, you finish school or something, or get like the credentials. Yeah, there's a lot of jobs. I'll go to some stores and like you'll see a sign that says, oh, we're hiring, apply, like things like that. So I wouldn't say that it's hard to find a job. It's very easy. But yeah, like I said, I already had a job coming here. I just asked for transfer. So if you are trying to come here and you're not sure about a job, just ask for, if you ask your job if they have a transfer. If not, try to apply online. A lot of jobs, you'd be surprised if you let them know. Even like when it came to like finding a place to live here, if you let the landlord know, or you let the job know like, hey, I'm not in that province right now, I'll be there in like 5 days, 10 days, whatever. Is it possible to do a virtual interview, or like if you're doing a house, is it possible to do a virtual tour? And they always say yeah. They're not gonna say no. If they say no, they're weird, because like we just came out of a 2020 to 2022 situation and everything was from home. So most places are understanding and they accommodate you with that. I forgot to mention, I got another job like once I got here. And then I left my other job because I was like, I'm not leaving the house. I didn't want to leave the house. Now I work from home. I can't even say like if prices are more expensive here versus Ontario, because to be honest, inflation, prices have gone up everywhere. So I'm not even sure if it's like, oh, things are more expensive in Alberta, or if just prices are going up weekly. Like one week I went to the store and it was like ketchup. Oh my gosh, ketchup is like almost $7 now. Heinz ketchup is almost $7. It's like $6.97 now. It was like $5 before. It's almost $7. Like, so things are going up, and I don't know if it's like things are more expensive in Alberta, but I don't even think that's the case. I just think things are just expensive everywhere. That is all for today's video, guys. I'm not sure what other questions I've missed, but if I missed a question and you really want to know the answer to it, please go ahead and follow me on either TikTok or Instagram, and we can have a conversation in our DMs. And just in case you don't get my notifications, or if you just want to have like more of a conversation, or like a private conversation because you don't want people to know like what's going on in your life, listen, I'm down. Don't be shy, don't be afraid to message me. I don't bite. I actually love when you guys message me. Some of you guys already have gone ahead and messaged me, and we've had some wonderful conversations. So I just thank you so much. Thank you for all the love and support that I have been receiving in my comments, for people who are just congratulating me, my husband, and for all of you guys who are moving, I just want to say safe travels. And yeah, I want to know like updates. A lot of you guys have messaged me and said you were moving here, and it's been like weeks since you guys have told me. I just want to know like updates of like how it's going for you guys. How are you guys liking it? Yeah, let's start a conversation. I really want to know how you guys are doing. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.